Oh, it actually gets canceled a little bit there, and then he actually kills his own creep. So very strong aggression here in this mid lane. So hopefully Dark Lady is able to overcome and get enough farm to carry his team.
Yeah, that was really, really close right there. Good job in the end, though, by Luna. But Pebble's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have enough mana, especially after that call, but he will survive as well when it's all said and done. So GJ2012, they are getting really aggressive here in the middle lane. But no kills are coming of it, other than, of course, the Ophelia assistant. I mean, so a kill has happened, of course, a bloodless kill, but they've tried like 4 or 5 times, it seems like, and not actually coming through with the kills. But the harassment, nonetheless, is happening, and it is forcing Pebbles, no doubt, to play a little bit more passive than he would like, of course. I mean, you see right now, he's only 10-1 creep farm, only farming 124 gold per minute, and the death on top of that. Obviously not helping things. By the way, I know we had to restart our stream real quickly. We were getting some lag on our side, so we do apologize for that. But we should be back now, and hopefully things are cleared up. So, again, apology for the slight lag, but hopefully things are good to go now. Quickly restart the stream yourself if you're also experiencing some of the lag. But anyways, back to this game. Fade is currently at the top list. She's not level 6, but she did have an Invis rune bottled up, using it right here. Gonna go for a jump on Demented Shaman. The Burning Shadows will hit. There's the initiation from Bubbles. The follow-up is gonna be not the Unbreakable. Heal Demented Shaman. That will save him. And what is his name? Anyways, Demented Shaman wanting to be fine though, as he is gonna fall back, and Darkly's just gonna tank the damage. So that Unbreakable, it could be really annoying sometimes, and I'm sure it was right there.
Well, I think Swindle misplayed just a little bit. He came out of the invis with just the stun. I feel like actually if he attacked first, he would have gotten enough damage before where they could down him before he was able to get those spells off. So that's unfortunate. Miraxis taking a lot of damage from Tremble and Boris here. He's still got full mana, so he's going to be fine, but lots of aggression from Tremble. And look at that. I mean, Tremble is pretty much owning this bottom lane. 18-8 Miraxis, 39-17 Tremble.
Oh, here we come with Ophelia and Engineer. There's going to be the Arcane Shield, but I don't think it's going to matter in the end. Quicksilver's going to come out. I mean, any port's going to happen. It doesn't look like it. His ultimate is up. Here we go. Demented Shaman actually did join in the secondary tower, trying to keep him alive. He does have Unbreakable still, and Miraxis looking to turn this actually. Unbreakable is applied, but it's not going to be enough. Miraxis taking the damage somehow still. He wants to at least kill Ophelia with him. No, it's not going to happen though. Zephyr will stay alive, but Demented Shaman will get in there with another attack, but at what cost right here? Demented Shaman is going to fall when it's all said and done. Luna joins the party. Mookie's trying to maybe get some return here. Any more ports are going to happen? It does not look like it, and Tremble will be fine in the end. Engineer still stuck here to the side. They're going to go for a kill once again. Keksa will miss, though, and Luna will be fine. I still am a little bit surprised, no port, but I guess if you just don't have the TPs, you can't do it, but they were just diving forever there, it seemed like.
And they're pushing. Oh, good deny there from Mookie, so he does get denied, but it might be his demise. He's trying to spam. He actually kills Boris, does a good amount of damage to Tremble as well. The stomp needs to happen before the port. Nope, actually, Tremble does get the port out to base, so that was very close. I don't think they actually saw him porting there because he was invis and no one was there in the mountains to reveal him. So big start here for Gary Johnson 2012.
Yeah, that was big indeed, and like I said, they seemed to be diving forever, and just the support, I mean, they came, like, Demented Shaman came, but Luna had to run over, unfortunately, and then Pebbles took him forever. I don't even think he actually went over there in the end. I mean, again, he doesn't have a TP, obviously, so it makes sense, but it just feels unfortunate because they had opportunities to turn that around. No doubt. Dark Lady, speaking of that, you pull up the creep score for this game in the stats tab for both of these teams, and it is no doubt shining much better in favor of the Legion side. I mean, it's showing. Dark Lady, she's only farming 38 and 13, and you know, it's not horrible, but you compare that to your Tremble 44-19, Fades at 39-17, 40 and 17 now. So she's slightly under those, and what you would thought would have been, and it really should have been, kind of a free farm lane up here for Dark Lady. We do see some action here in the middle lane. Fade's in a little bit of trouble. Is he going to survive it? The axe will not hit, and Fade will barely squeak out of there after activating the ultimate. For now, we'll see if they go for turnaround. He's going to be ported back, actually. He's going to open with the Burning Shadows and Cole, but oh, he gets picked off before he got ported back. He went for the greedy assistant, and it did not pay off. Ophelia's now on the run. That axe is going to miss, though, so Angry Devo might not be able to pursue him down. There's another axe that does hit. Engineer ultimately come off right there with the energy field. Pebbles chucks him to a teammate, but it's not over the kill. The Ophelia at the last second keeps him alive. Demented Shaman going to fall to the Vagabond later. Miraxis trying to still pick up a kill, but the Shell Surf comes in, and down goes Miraxis. And in the end, Z-Freak picks up the double tap.
Yeah, some just kind of interesting play all around. I feel like he should have known that the toss wasn't going to kill Ophelia, and I feel like he might have had a better chance killing an Engineer right in front of him. Of course, Engineer does actually have some tanky items. I mean, he's got boots, he's got power supply, he's got that, what is this called here, that belt, the bolstering armband. It gives him the extra strength that he needs. 853 max health, so still a level 6 Pebbles. Probably not going to burst him down. But nonetheless, kind of a sloppy fight for Team Kierk. And in the meantime, Tremble's down here farming very well. And you mentioned about Dark Lady's farm. Yeah, it is just simply way too low. You really do need like 50 CS at the minimum for 10 minutes in a free farming lane. In a free farming lane, you should have something like 70.
Yeah.
I know she did have a little bit of resistance from maybe Ophelia and a tiny little bit of resistance from Fade, but it wasn't anything horrible. Her farm just simply needs to be higher at this point.
Yeah, it's. I think you're right. I mean, again, it's obviously resistance has been there. That's just naturally going to happen, but definitely should be higher at this point. Pebbles now in a lot of trouble in the middle lane. A big dive yet again, and down he goes. And yet again, very little to no assistance. Aluna did come in there, but now Aluna's actually might be in a little trouble because she's by herself. Fade is chasing. She's down to very, very low life. She will get some assistance from Meraxis over here, and it looks like that'll be enough intimidation to get them to fall back. But GJ2012, they're just, again, really playing aggressive here. They are not afraid to dive towers, and it doesn't seem like Team Kierk is doing a whole lot to make them pay for that. They're not. There isn't a whole lot of TP assistance. There's not a whole lot of team assistance in general, and it seems like that's hurting them right now.
I think so too. It just seems like they don't really have a plan at this moment. I mean, they set up their lanes. They did something very standard. You know, they had the dual lane bottom at first, the dual lane top, and then a solo mid. It just felt like, no offense to that, it just looked like a little bit more like a pub strat. Like, it didn't really think they had too much thinking involved. And again, I really do think it stems back to the fact that Bisham is not as strong of a support hero. And he cannot move around. That's the problem. The stun actually comes on after the tower onto Meraxis. The energy field is down. Meraxis does pop the ulti. The cape is on him as well. He's probably going to be fine because he's quite tanky. But nonetheless, they still got the tower, and that's what matters.
Top lane, excuse me. Misery will get credit for the kill. Got the assistance from Kento being on Dark Lady there. So at least they get some positive sign here at the top side, and they finally do take out Bubbles, being played by Skyzo for his first death of the game. So a little bit more enhanced farm there for Dark Lady. So she's at 287 gold per minute. Again, not horrible, but it just completely drops off. I mean, Meraxis and Pebbles, neither one of them even able to pass the 200 GPM mark at this point in the game. Now coming up to the 13-minute mark. You see right here, Meraxis just can't really do much, and he's going to be jumped here in the meantime. Darkstorm activated by Tremble. Will it be enough to chase him down? It doesn't look like it. Demented Shaman and that Quake Stone just a little bit too powerful. But KSU just doesn't even really care in the end. I mean, he's got his Home of the Black Legion, he's got his Mystic Vestments, his Steam Boots, he's getting fairly tanky early on, and now he's going to start getting some more damage-oriented items, something maybe like that Mocker Brilliance, and it's just going to start adding up here for the Hellborn team. So they really needed at least one, either Pebbles or Meraxis to have a decent start here, get that early portal key and get some initiation going, but again, just unfortunately not happening for Team Kierk. So really it's almost as if they're kind of in an all-in basket here of just hold them off as long as possible and hope that Dark Lady can just out-carry when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I think what teams are doing right now, unfortunately, that are not at the tip-top level, like this team, is allowing the suicides to get honestly just too much. I mean, Skyzo playing this Bubbles is level 9, has a Steam Boots. He's actually getting initiated down here, or up here, I should say. The silence comes, a lot of damage, one more auto attack. Oh, gets to take cover, uses the Shell Surf. Oh no, it ports it too far and it bounces him back. If he had, chosen a different direction for that Shell Surf, he would have been fine, but that's unfortunate. In the meantime, though, Legion does destroy a tower there for a tier 2, so might arguably be worth it. But like I was saying, I really think the problem is they're allowing the suicide to get too much. And he's able to set up and he's going to have a huge impact this game. Despite him only being 0-2-1, it will make a difference, trust me.
Well, I mean, yeah, your suicide Bubbles, like you said, he's level 9. On top of it, he's farming 250 gold per minute even after that death, so Skyzo, again, a great player, obviously, but, the best of the best. And those really top-tier matchups, we do see that the suicides usually getting locked down for a good reason. But, yeah, unfortunately, just another thing in the book for Team Kierk that's just really not going their way this game. So, it is only game 1, so obviously that is the positive news in the end here in a best-of-the-3 series. But not the prettiest of games for them, no doubt, to start here at least. But still game to go nonetheless. We are coming up to the 15-minute mark here. Pebbles is going to get jumped here at the bottom lane. A lot of combination coming out between Engineer and Fade. And it is going to be enough for the kill in the end. He got the Stalagmites off, but it just wasn't nearly enough. Darkstorm coming out for Tremble in the meantime. He's level 11. He's chasing down Luna. Luna just standing her ground. She couldn't get away. So really forced to put out as much damage as possible. And just, of course, not nearly enough. So she goes down as well. 2 kills right there happening for our Legion team. And now we're looking at a 9,200 gold lead, 4,100 experience lead. and we just passed that 15-minute mark. So Tremble is just getting more and more scary as this game goes on. Sender on Engineer, too. He's actually been doing a pretty good job of roaming around with, obviously, his teammates, but landing some solid keg stuns. We've seen him use the energy field already a couple times. The turret's been in good placement, so he definitely has been playing a good Engineer himself.
Yeah, I mean, let's break it down and see exactly why they won. Or sorry, not. I mean, one lane. Sorry, won their lanes. Yeah,
Almost.
Well, okay, top lane bubbles. Lots of ports, by the way. Oh my God, I think pretty much. Oh no, that was just 3 ports. It looked like a ton more. But anyway, actually a fight's a brewing, so I'm gonna hold that thought there. The Kelfield does come out. It does hit 2. Pebbles in a lot of trouble. He does get the stun off, but he's gonna get focused down here. So many Skeleton Kings, 3 to be exact. He does toss. Fade back, the stun comes out, doesn't matter, he dies anyway. Wow, that's a lot of Skeleton Kings coming out from Ophelia.
Demented Shaman's now going to run into Bubbles as well. He does not have the Kel field, but he's only level 6. Tremble is chasing. Boris is here. He's going to put down a mound for him, get him a little bit more movement speed. Demented Shaman will fall. Miraxis lets him know who he is, but it will not matter. They don't give 2 shits now. They're going to chase him down and eventually finish him off right there. Sender with the keg to finish him. Aluna just running away. Yes, it is a massacre right now.
Yeah,
so
and
breaking it down.
Well, yeah, breaking it down from the laning phase. You got Bubbles, who's getting good levels. In fact, out leveling his suicide lane. So that, and you can consider that a 1 lane. They won that lane. Mid lane, what happens? You had the dual lane to start up against the solo Pebbles. Now, of course, Aluna did roam there, but even after the roam, they had ganks from Ophelia. So that was a 1 lane. So that's 2. Then you also have the Ophelia, who's in the jungle. Yes, she is ganking, but still farming basically as a support. And getting that farm, I would consider that an extra lane that's 1. I would consider the jungle as another lane that's 1.
Yeah.
So they have 3. Bottom lane, after the rotation of Aluna to mid, Tremble just decimated this Miraxis, which arguably, I mean, it's kind of even, but, you know, Keizu's a very good player, and he knows Tremble well. It is a very strong laner in the sense that you can get so many last hits with a hatchet and that max impalers. And so that was every single lane 1 plus a jungler, basically.
Yeah, it's just, you know, obviously we're talking a lot about Team Kierk and maybe their flaws to an extent, and you know, criticizing them. But at the same, in the end, it's only for the better. You know, we talk about that all the time, especially with lesser experienced teams. The ultimate goal here is to give them information, especially from your point of view. You know, having the competitive experience you do have, and hopefully they can learn from it, because that's all you can really ask for, and that's all you can really do. And you know, again, there's teams like a team that we really like to go to. You know, in Q Squad, they're considered one of the top teams nowadays, but a month and a half, 2 months ago, we didn't even really know who they were. But they really did work their way up through scrimmaging, through practicing, through going through all their matches and just learning from their experience. And you know, you just got to do that here for Team Kierk. So you know, you'd hope at the very least that they take that from this. But here we are. It is just game number 1 on top of that. I mean, they're still in the game, 18 minutes in. So they're obviously still going to give it a fighting chance here and see what they can make happen. I mean, Dark Lady, her farm is going up. Kento Bean is now up to 340 gold per minute, as she does have her both Steam Boots and Sustainer finished. So on her way to finishing a Rune Cleaver, obviously a little later than she would want, but still.
But look at Tremble.
Could maybe get it, but what does Tremble have? He has a Sword of the High. Yeah. Mocker Brilliance is in the near future for him on top of his other items. And actually, GJ2012, they're just going to group up here and push this middle lane. We'll see if much resistance is put up here from Team Kierk.
Yeah, and to go off more on the Q Squad thing, like you were mentioning, if you remember when we were randomly selecting the seeds for the after the group stages of the DreamHaun Online Summer Championship, when we had Complexity versus Q Squad, and we didn't know anything about Q Squad, we were like, well, that's a free win for Complexity.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't say that, but that was kind of what most people were thinking, right? Well, now if it was the same thing, we were like Complexity versus Q Squad, I'd be like, oh, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just attest more to how you can improve just by staying in the scene and working at it.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, you know, this is here in this event, with playing 7 best-of-3s in basically a week long, I mean, you're getting plenty of experience from that. And then, obviously, there's that whole Han Tour thing coming around the corner that, you know, I'm sure a team like this and Team Kierk, really both of these teams, going to be signing up for and getting even more and more experience. Angry Diva right here on Moraxis, he just activated his ultimate. I'm pretty sure that was a mistake, so a little bit unfortunate there as it explodes. But Kongor is going to start dropping. And the Hellborn team, it's almost as if they kind of know what's going on, but they just obviously can't do anything right now. There's just really nothing they can do. So Kongor is going to easily fall right here. Mocker Brilliance has been finished on Tremble, by the way, going into this. So he's probably going to be the one to pick it up. And is that even necessary? Probably not, but hey, he picks it up anyways. And now with that Token of Life especially, you can pretty much assume that Gary Johnson 2012, they're just going to look to make a push in the base here.
And they have their second Energizer picked up on Engineer. Now, one on Engineer and also one, of course, on that Ophelia. Had it for some time. And, I mean, her farm as well is just the second highest in the game, 340 gold per minute. And I can't stress enough, when you have a support like that, or, sorry, a jungler like that, it's basically like a support that gets a farm but still has the ability to gank. It's a very strong mechanic in this game. That's why junglers are so popular. But, yep, they're grouping up here. They have a significant lead, only 20 minutes in. And I think they'll, be successful in getting this push.
Oh, we do see again Tremble, of course, in the front lines. No portal keys here on the Hellborn team yet between Pebbles and Moraxis to be expected. Fade will up and Bubbles Keffa will catch them, and down goes Aluna really right off the bat. The Dark Lady cover of Darkness was used, but they were still able to get a kill right there. So now that's going to be on cooldown. Won't have that to take advantage of. And as we always stress, I mean, that's one of those spectator ultimates that we don't really get to see ourselves too well, but I guarantee you, it's damn annoying to play against. So now with that down, we guarantee they're just going to charge him right here. Burning Shadow's actually missing right there. A little bit of a miss coming up from Swinnamel's, but not the biggest deal in the end. This tower easily going to fall, and vulnerability is going to be used, trying to just delay what seems to be the inevitable here for the Hellborn team and Team Kierk. But the Rax is dropping. I mean, they need to just do something here. We do see the ultimates activated from Moraxis, but you look at the Legion, he gets chucked in the poor man's portal key style right here. They're going on a field there. Can they push it up for the heal? No, they cannot. She gets the heal off, and she's still alive. And now here's a turnaround coming up from Gary Johnson 2012. Dark Leader will fall. Moraxis getting caught by the energy field. He'll fall for the final auto attack from Treble, and Demented Shaman, Pebbles, and Aluna are all in the run. Demented Shaman will get caught out. Moraxis buys back, but obviously the damage is already done. Rax goes down. The range Rax next. Again, a poor man's portal key. Fade will fall right here. So they're holding it off somewhat, but Angry Diva will fall shortly after. As a hat trick now coming up for Kezu. He's going for the quad kill. He's going for the Annihilation. He's going to Dark Swarm in. No, he says, not worth it. GG well playeds are being called. And that, oh, look at Aluna. Luna's going to give him the Annihilation. How cute.
Aww.
Oh, Mookies, you're so nice. Annihilation. We got to see
Mookie's
that,
such a sweetheart.
Yes, he is. All right, so that is going to do it, though. Of course, Gary Johnson 2012, they are victorious here in game number 1 over Team Kierk in 22-minute game, so fairly quick game there, of course.
Yeah, I mean, right there at the end, if you saw, that's just they were such ahead that I saw Swindle Melons actually jump in, as you mentioned, and miss a stun completely like 2 different times, but it didn't matter. They just had too much farm on them and just overrode them. And I mean, just well played. They had their lanes thought out, I think, well in advance. And this is a team that's starting to, really make a stand for themselves.
Yeah, again, we work somewhat criticizing Team Kierk a lot. It's all in love, I promise, and I'm sure they are aware of that. But at the same time, you do got to look at Gary Johnson 2012, and they played very well yet again. I mean, this is a team going into this event. We're really, unsure what they were ultimately going to bring. Obviously, newly formed going in. Star-name players, of course, on the competitive Han scene, but still, that's just one part of the formula. As synergy is also another big part of it. So they're playing very well, though. And I am intrigued to see, especially how they finish out through the group stages. Like I said, I mean, they're 3-0 coming into this. They keep up the pace here. I mean, they could very likely be 4-0 and then, moving on or being confident of finishing top 3 here in Group A and seeing where they go from there. And possibly that trip to DreamHack Winter 2012, which obviously they're, I'm sure, all looking forward to. So yeah, definitely a team to look out for there. Look out for right now on the competitive scene. But Team Kierk, we'll see what they bring in game number 2 at the same time.
Yeah, I think they're going to up their game. I just, again, to help them out, I think that having a support Demented Shaman is much stronger in a lane where you don't have to, where you're not going to have to move around and play to the other team. Like, Ophelia's moving around, maybe ganking top, maybe ganking mid. Yeah. But D-Sham can't, he's static as a support. You have to sit there. So I think they need something with a little bit more versatility. Someone like maybe even an Engineer or a Torturer or Behemoth. I know that Mookie's plays a great Behemoth. So utilize those heroes that you actually can play very well on your team and just be more versatile.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see again what Team Kierk brings to the table in game number 2. With that said, of course, we are going to take a quick break here. Once again, I'm Breaking CPK. Joining me is Trial from Midor. Stay tuned. Game number 2 between GJ2012 and Team Kierk coming up next.